Hey guys, Kevin here from thesportsgeek.com, and in this video I'm going over my DraftKings NFL Week 12 picks. A quick shout out to a couple of guys who emailed me with some big winnings. First, we had Todd, who won $60,000 and a ticket to the Fantasy Football World Championship in San Diego. Congrats, Todd. I'll see you in San Diego. And of course, I'll grab a beer with you. Thanks for the offer. Then we had Tyler. He used a Palmer Fit Stack from last week's video and he won $500. And Zach also won $500 last week. So congrats to you guys. And hopefully let's do it again big in week 12. So my favorite QB wide receiver stack this week is going to be Brian Hoyer, who is dirt cheap at $5,000, the minimum at DraftKings, paired up with DeAndre Hopkins, who's pretty expensive at $9,100, but together as a package, they're not too overly expensive. They're facing the Saints, who have one of the worst defenses in the league. Hoyer put up 17 plus DraftKings points in 5 straight games before his last time out versus the Bengals, and Hopkins has scored double-digit points in every game this year, including 25 or more points in 6 games. One of my top running back plays is TJ Yeldon at $4,800. He's going against the Chargers, who have one of the worst run defenses in the league. Yeldon has just one game over 20 DraftKings points, but he has double-digit points in 6 straight, so he's been very consistent lately. He's been targeted in the passing game 3 times every game he's played this year, and he should be pretty low owned since he hasn't had a huge game, but this could be the week where he goes off big against the Chargers. One of my top wide receivers is going to be Eric Decker at $5,800. He's facing the Dolphins, who surprisingly have a below average defense, and he's had crazy consistency for a number 2 receiver with double-digit DraftKings points in every game played this year. And he's had 15 plus points in 5 games this year and over 20 twice. And also note that last year versus Miami, he had 41 DraftKings points, so Decker could be a great play at $5,800. One of my favorite tight ends this week is Antonio Gates at $4,700. You need to watch his injury status, but he did practice fully yesterday. Gates is a top receiver and is usually pretty highly owned, but his ownership should be down after having just 1 catch for 6 yards last week. And this week he's going against the Jaguars, who have a bad pass defense, and Rivers doesn't have many options besides him and Johnson, so I'm expecting Rivers to go to Gates quite a bit, and at $4,700 he could quite easily meet value and put up a pretty big game this week. And then 5 more week 12 picks here. We got Blake Bortles, $5,900. The Jaguars are facing San Diego, who has one of the worst defenses in the league. Bortles throws the ball a ton with over 30 attempts in all but 1 game this year, and he scored 25 plus DraftKings points 3 times this year, so he does have the high upside. And then we're going to pair him with Allen Robinson at $7,300. These two won me a lot of money in week 2, and hopefully it happens again this week. Robinson has put up double-digit DraftKings points in every week since week 2. He scored 20 plus points 5 times this year, and he has the ability to put up huge numbers like in week 2 when he had 36 DraftKings points. So that's a good stack there. That's my second favorite quarterback wide receiver stack this week. Another running back I want to play this week is Mark Ingram at $6,400, but we do have to watch his injury status. He's been limited in practice the last couple days after coming out of his last game with a shoulder injury, so this is only a play if he's a full go this week. If he's out for some reason, we could look to his backup CJ Spiller, or we could just look elsewhere. If Ingram is a go, he's going to get a huge workload. In his last full game, he had 22 carries and 4 catches. He's hit 20 plus DraftKings points multiple times this year, and he is capable of putting up that big 30 plus point game. Going cheap on tight end, I'm going to go with Heath Miller at $3,100. He only has 3 games where he scored double-digit DraftKings points this year, but one of those games was 23.5 points. When he does get the targets, he can put up huge games, and I expect his targets to increase versus a good Seahawks secondary. Big Ben should be looking for Miller quite a bit in this one. And then one of the defenses I'm going to be playing is the Cardinals at $3,900. They're in San Francisco as big favorites. They're 7th in the NFL in yards against per play. They're tied for second with 14 interceptions, and they've brought back 3 of those for a touchdown, which is second in the NFL. They have one of the best matchups of the week if you can afford to squeeze the $3,900 in some of your lineups. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, let me know by clicking the thumbs up button on YouTube so I know to keep making them. As long as we can get 1,000 thumbs up on YouTube, I'll make one for week 13. If you don't already have access to my free lineup generator tool, make sure you get that absolutely free by clicking on the link in the YouTube description below. Other than that, guys, I wish you guys luck this weekend. I hope to get a lot more emails of people winning. And if you're watching this video, I hope you win big this weekend. Cheers.